It's me again. So I already talked about dying and doing all sorts of that kind of stuff. The next thing I can think of that you all need to know about is the walk and posing. Because people will be wanting to take your picture, and it just kind of loses the whole creepy effect if, you know, you're in your great bloody costume and it looks awesome, but you're just like, or something like that. That's stupid. Don't do that. I will, slap you. Okay, so first off, these are the shoes that I got. I don't really remember where I got them. I got them somewhere, and they were really cheap, because I don't really care about shoes, so I'm not going to pay a bunch of money for some dumb shoes. Anyway, you can't really see it on here. But what I've done, and you don't have to do this, but it's just kind of a cool little effect, even if no one will really see it. I don't know how well it'll pick up. If you have, someone that's, doing really good photography, then maybe it'll show up and you're in good lighting and stuff. But what I've done is, actually, the other shoe's better, is I've gotten sandpaper and I've sanded the ends of it. You can kind of see like that right there. It just tears off the outer layer of paint, and it just looks more rugged and more scratched up and stuff. And it's the little things like that that make it look cool. And of course, put a little dirt, don't put a ton of blood on it, but mostly put a lot of dirt. Just walk around in them, because that's another thing, you'll have the people that do have a real bloody, torn up dress will have these perfectly white shoes, and it just looks weird, so don't do that. Now, I'll show you how to hold yourself and how to pose. Okay, I've put my camera on the floor so you can see my feet. This is how you would normally stand. I'm standing just normally, just like I would any other day. But this is, I'm a normal person. I'm not a crazy monster in a haunted, nightmare world. So don't stand like this all the time. Of course, there will be times where you're going to be acting normal, but if you're posing, don't hold yourself like this. One thing that I've noticed is, one thing you can do is kind of turn your feet inward and bend your knees and just play around and just make it's going to be uncomfortable, but that's kind of the point. It's supposed to look unnatural. And that's the key word here, is unnatural. As long as it looks strange and bizarre and not human, then you're doing it right. So kind of play around and always practice your posing before a con. If you have gone to cons before, I guess you would know this. But just look in the mirror and just see what looks good and see how it feels, so when, you're posing for a picture, then you'll already know what to do, because you'll be in the dealer's room and you'll just be minding your own business, and then someone will come up and go, "Hey, can I take a picture?" And you have to come up with the pose right on the spot, unless, you're a real cute magical girl, and then you can just kind of smile and do your thing. But, you're going to have to come up with it right then and there. You can't think about it unless they're going to be courteous about it and let you get ready. Anyway, talking too much. Continuing on. So kind of just play around and shift your weight and do something different with every picture, because if if you have a really good cosplay, then there's going to be more than one person asking for your picture, and there's going to be more than one picture of you on the internet, most likely, and you don't want them all looking the same. So play around and just make it look crazy like that. Now that you kind of have a feeling of how your feet, your foundation should be, then you can work with the rest of your body. How I've noticed that the best way I can describe it is that from the waist down, it's like something's pulling you down. And then from the waist up, it's like something's pulling you up. I suppose since they're kind of a very sexualized, words, a very oversexed character, with the short skirts and the big cleavage and everything, you kind of want your chest out. And I know you can't see this, but that's okay, just concentrate on the hips right now. But see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, my knees and everything are going down, and you can't see this, but my, chest is like something's pulling me up. And it's very awkward, and play around with your shoulders. Don't make it symmetrical, make it asymmetrical, it just makes it more creepy. and then kind of play around with that. And for the walk, now of course you can't do this if you're really hardcore and you want to do this the entire con, then go ahead. But there's going to be times when you just want to walk over to your friends and just, say, hey, let's go back up to the room or whatever. And that's of course understandable. No one's going to be calling you out on that. But if you're making an entrance or something and you want to do the walk, then kind of, you don't have to worry about it too much, but just kind of slide and glide your heel and stomp a lot and take abnormal steps, like take a big step and take little steps and kind of look like you're always off balance and even trip a little. Like instead of just walking in like, ooh, here I am, just be like, like that. See how much better that was? And of course, always watch the movie if you have it. There's the scene on YouTube. Because the nurses are only there for about 2 minutes. So look at that and just look it over, and you'll notice what I'm talking about. Okay. So now you can see kind of me more fully. You can see what I'm talking about when I mean being pulled up and pulled down. Just be like this. And always do something with your neck. Like their necks are always exposed, I guess easier to just, slash with. And kind of always either have it, just really stretch it out, either one side or another. Okay, that was really bad. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Also, another thing that they do, just little things. Don't do it too much, but they do twitch a lot. Just, kind of whatever you're... just unnatural and that sort of thing. So just practice, you'll get it down, and you'll know exactly what to do, and it'll be totally natural. Okay, that's about all I can think of for right now. Just give me some time. I don't know how long it'll be. It'll be after this weekend, but anyway, I'll talk more about doing like makeup and stuff, and you can pretty much go ahead and just kind of bloody yourself up and you'll be okay. If you have some extra money to spend on some like stage makeup and stuff, then I'll show you how to make it look really cool. I'm kind of tan, and so we'll talk about that. And I'll talk about getting like the vein looking thing and stuff. And but I can't give you any promises on when that'll be. But pretty much by this point, if you've been watching all of them, you're pretty good to go. Also, I have a separate account. This is my cosplay group account, but I have a separate account, so if you have any questions, go ahead and send that to me. It's peonygrub, PEONYGRUBB, and go ahead and send questions to that instead of filling up this kind of group account. So anyway, I'll see you later.